All right, welcome in another Garnet Trust interview. Happy to be joined by Spencer Rattler, South Carolina quarterback. Spencer, right around the corner, you got SEC Media Days coming up, then preseason ball. Then we'll be talking about some actual football, man. But again, appreciate you being on. How you been doing?
I've been great. Summer's been amazing with working with the guys. Workouts have been great. Throwing sessions have been good. So it's been a good summer.
So you're an SEC Media Day representative for South Carolina this year. First of all, do we have the suit picked out? You got something nice picked out?
Yeah, I got a few things picked out. So I should have something pretty clean on.
Okay, something up your sleeve there, I'm sure. But have you do you have any feel for what SEC Media Day is kind of like, kind of what to expect next week? Obviously, they say it just means more, but probably going to be thousands of media folks there. Are you kind of excited to represent South Carolina?
Yeah, it's a blessing that I get to go up there and represent SC. Obviously, I've watched SEC Media Days the last year or two and seen other leagues' media days. So have a pretty good understanding and just looking forward to it.
Spencer, so we thought, Wes and I have been talking about this lately. We thought it was, interesting and made a lot of sense that Coach Beamer picked you and Kai and Tonka to go up there this year for media days. And something we've had the chance this summer to talk to a lot of your teammates, and a lot of them have had high praise for you, saying that you've taken on much more of a leadership role. How much more comfortable do you feel as a leader, going into year two? And then how much does that mean to you that Shane Beamer picked you as a representative to go up there this year?
Yeah, definitely have. I feel like a complete comfort now. Obviously, being a captain last year, was a great honor. Especially being my first year here at South Carolina, just being a part of that tradition. Obviously, happy Coach Beamer and the team selected me as a captain, and don't take that for granted. And then going into year two, yeah, obviously more comfortable in my role, and but obviously just being myself, being who I am. I feel like naturally I'm a leader, so that doesn't change and just only improves.
Spencer, obviously summer workouts, a big part of what you guys do as far as getting prepared for next year. Player run practices as well. What can you maybe tell the fans that maybe don't get that view right now of what y'all been up to? Kind of how's the summer gone? What have y'all been up to? How have the player run practices gone for you guys?
Yeah, so throughout the week, we have our team workouts, our group workouts in the morning, and then actually we just changed our schedule to about 3 times a week now. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we get to do more football stuff, so that's always good getting on the field. Obviously we kind of get tired of the weight room stuff, but it's good to get on the field, throw the ball around. Man, it's been fun. These last 3 days have been very competitive with the defense, and making a lot of plays on both ends. So. It's been great. We're just grinding.
As you've continued to get more and more of a feel for Coach Logan's offense, I know we asked you this in the spring too, but you're more in it now, right? The play run practices, you're in there getting a better feel for the offense, timing with your receivers. Give us now an update, a summer perspective on schematically, philosophically, how you feel about this offense, and maybe just some things to expect without giving too much away, obviously, but what to expect on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just been putting all the pieces together, complementing what we do well. Obviously, adding some new stuff from last year, being a complete new system, new verbiage, just a new mindset, I would say, and it's gone in the right direction. We all love it. Just playing to our strengths. That's what I could say. Getting the balls to our best players. So many playmakers on the offensive side of the ball at every position. And it's been fun to work with all the guys and just improve every day.
Coach Loggins also, Spencer, talked about kind of telling you to kind of be a painter. Like he wants this to be a partnership. What was your message to Coach Loggins? We've talked a lot about Coach Loggins and his approach with you. But when he comes to you and says, hey, Spencer, what do you want this offense to look like? What's important to you? What are you most comfortable with? What was kind of your message back to him as y'all have kind of built that partnership, man?
Yeah, something I love about Dal is, he's very open. He loves to hear input from his quarterbacks. And, him and I have had great talks. Obviously, he wants to do, like you said, stuff that I'm comfortable with. I feel like I can do anything on the football field, but, there's certain things I feel like not just myself, but the other guys included do well. So, just letting me kind of be the point guard, letting me distribute, play fast, play with a clear mind, and really just not keep it simple, but do what we do well. And it could be a long play call or it could be a one-word play call. As long as the play works, let's keep running it until it doesn't.
So it has been a little while since we've talked to you, and so you've been able to go through an entire spring and now currently going through summer with some running backs, right? Which has been a little bit of a maybe more of a question mark position with this team, just in terms of who would emerge. So give us your thoughts. I know you've been pretty happy from what we've heard from you in the past with DeCarrion Joyner and Mario Anderson and Juju. Give us an update on that group and what they look like heading into fall camp here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, they've looked great. The guys have been grinding. They're a solid unit, a great unit, big leaders on the team. Obviously, with DK and Juju being vets here and being here for a few years now, and DK being here for 5-6 years now. And then Mario was a great add to the running back room. Physical guy, gets downhill. They all have something special about them that they do, and we'll be using all three of them.
Spencer, you were talking about a second ago the playmakers on this offense, and I know you want to spread the ball around to those guys. Is there anybody or maybe a handful of guys maybe that we, like kind of the collective Gamecock Nation, are not talking about yet that you've been looking you've been kind of looking at in the spring and just saying, man, that guy is starting to put it all together? I see you shaking your head. Is there anybody that instantly came to mind?
What comes to mind is, Josh Simon. He's been a guy that's, just a freak athlete, a lot of range, can go get the ball. He's going to be big time player for us this year. Other guys, obviously Trey Knox, we've been talking about him. Tight end room is amazing right now. And then receiver wise, I mean, you guys know Juice and Leggett and AB. I think Elijah Caldwell, he'll be a good weapon for us. Young guy coming together. Nick Harbor, obviously getting to work with him, he'll be a good addition for us. But yeah, man, you'll be surprised by a few other guys. But off the top of my head, I'd say Josh Simon is one that hasn't been talked about enough yet, and he will be during the season.
You mentioned Nicholas Harbor, so we can't go any farther before we ask you even more about him. Has he opened it up in practice with the speed ever, or out in the conditioning drills? Have you gotten a real sense for the speed?
Most definitely. I think he hit 22.8 miles per hour, 22.7 the other week just in workouts, because we wear those GPSs on our chest.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hit a top speed. That's not the fastest speed we've seen yet, though. I think AB still holds the record with like 23.1, something ridiculous like that. But I mean, we know Nick is a fast track guy. Obviously, football speed's a little different. But seeing him on outside running these go routes, just throwing it up to him, he kind of just goes and gets it. So you just throw it to a spot and he'll go get it. He's got some insane speed.
Yeah, as a quarterback, man, and a big armed quarterback at that. How nice is it to just kind of think about the potential of having him open it up and kind of take the top off of a defense and being able to let it loose, or just kind of using that to work other guys underneath as far as passing routes go?
Yeah, I mean, we got so many different guys that, I feel like if you're a defense, you're going to have to focus on, more than just one guy, obviously. We got 4, 5, 6 different guys, 7 guys that you'll have to pay attention to, including the running backs. So all these weapons just add a new layer of, a way to attack defenses this year. So it's going to be fun to practice, fun to play, and fun to watch for sure.
Spence, give us your perspective on some of the guys on defense. Obviously, I know you're kind of in your bubble, right? Offensively, you're focused on what you have to do, but whether it's going back and watching some stuff you guys did in the spring, whether it's some stuff that you do take a second and kind of notice out there during the player run stuff, anybody that stood out defensively to you in the last couple months?
I'd say as a whole, the defense is they're always, doing their thing. We always compete at practice. We, iron sharpens iron. Obviously, you got to start with, Eamon Worry and DQ on the back end. I feel like those are two of the best safeties in the country. Young guys that, are great players, very good players. Corner-wise, Marcellus Dials looking really good. Pup Howard at running back, Stone Bland and Debo. Boogie up front, TJ Sanders. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know, that side of the ball is very deep, I feel. And there's some new young corners, too, that are going to be, you know, having a lot of playing time this year as well.
Spencer, you're talking about Josh Simon earlier. Have you gone hunting with him yet? He's apparently pretty big into that, we're hearing.
See, I didn't even know that. So, no, I don't think I've ever been hunting, and I don't think I'll be hunting anytime soon. But, hey, you know, maybe after the season, you know, we want to get a little hunting in. We'll see.
Yeah, if you get the itch, Josh was telling us, we had him on earlier this week. He's your guy. So, you know, in all seriousness, we asked him to describe the offense or what he wants the offense to be, and he said, I believe Chris's wording was, we want it to be like a well-oiled race car on the field. What do you think about that description?
That's a good description. You know, we want to be fast, but we want to slow it down and be able to do what we need to do. You know, we can change the tempo whenever. You know, last year we could have done the same thing, but you know, just having you got to change a few things up here and there, and just do what you're comfortable with and do what's working. I mean, that could be anything. So, well-oiled race car is a good description. You know, well-oiled machine. You know, paintbrush. I love all these descriptions we got.
I'm sure we'll chat with you again before the season at some point, but just looking at this schedule overall, I don't want to put you on the spot to pick out, hey, what game do you have circled? What games do you have circled? But how excited are you about taking on this schedule? You got a big one right off the bat in Charlotte against UNC and a bunch of other huge ones, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida on the schedule for 2023.
So excited. I mean, this is a year for all of us to prove something. You know, a lot of people still don't believe in what we're doing over here, and you know, it's up to us to go, you know, change their minds. But at the same time, we're focused on what we do, how we work, and you know, how we can play at the highest level. And obviously, we're focused on game one up in Charlotte versus UNC. That's a big game. It's going to be nationally televised. Two big teams going against each other. It's going to be showtime.
And I got one more schedule question for you, Spencer. This one will put you on the spot a little bit more. I know you don't mind. How bummed are you don't get to play Oklahoma in 2024? Would you have that one circled if you?
Man, you know, it is what it is. It's gonna be fun to watch for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a good add to the SEC. You know, more competition. And yeah.
Spencer, I've heard coaches say when you have a sort of an opponent like North Carolina to open a year, that it serves as a really nice way for coaches and leaders like yourself to kind of get the attention of the guys. I know in a perfect world, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. You're going to be kind of pumped for that first game, but does it allow the guys to maybe go ahead and have a little bit more sense of urgency, knowing that game one is against an opponent that, you know, is gonna bring something to the table as well?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, no matter who the opponent is, you know, we have the same mindset. You know, but obviously, you know, we're South Carolina, they're North Carolina. I'm pretty sure it's a sort of a rivalry, for sure. You know, especially from the Mayo Bowl, and you know, they got a good quarterback. You know, our defense will have to contain. I know they got guys on the defensive end. It's gonna be a fun game. We're looking forward to it, and we want to go out there and just execute on a high level. But you know, we're still in summer ball, still grinding, still focusing on us, and North Carolina will be in our minds here soon.
All right, Spencer, I think that's all we got, man. We're kind of out of time anyway, but as always, man, we appreciate the time. Appreciate you chopping it up with us. Good luck at Media Day. Those guys might ask you a little more on the spot questions than we do, so be ready, be on your toes out there, man, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Got you. Thank you, guys. Always good talking to you.
Yeah, man. Spencer Rattler, South Carolina quarterback. This has been another Garnet Trust interview for Gamecock Central. For Spencer, for Chris, I'm Wes. We'll see y'all soon.